everyone, I am Sharon Barayos and welcome to my vlog! In today's video, I am discussing about capitalism and its different features. So hope you like it. Enjoy watching! Capitalism. It is an economic system and a mode of production in which trade, industries, and the means of production are largely and entirely privately owned and operate for profit. And here are the following captains of capitalism. Number 1, Andrew Carnegie. Second is the J.P. Morgan, and the third is John D. Rockefeller. Andrew Carnegie is one of the most successful businessmen and the most recognized philanthropist. Next is J.P. Morgan, was known for recognizing businesses to make them more profitable and stable and gaining control of them. And lastly is John D. Rockefeller. It is widely considered to be the wealthiest man and the most prominent philanthropist in United States history. Capitalism is based on a simple process, and the process is money is invested to generate more money. When money functions like this, it is called capital, and capital of a business is the money that is available to pay for its day-to-day operations and to fund its future growth. And here are the following features of capitalism. First is the private property. Not owned by the government. Individuals own property and resources. Property owned by private parties, essentially anyone or anything other than government. The second is large-scale production. More production means wider use of capital and lead to more profits. Capitalism arose as a result of industrial revolution, which made large-scale production possible. It requires huge investments in plants and machinery. And the third is profit as key motives. Production under capitalism is profit-oriented. Money left over can be spent in any way the manufacturer wants. It can also be defined as the underlying reason why a taxpayer or company participates in a business activity of any kind. And the fourth feature of capitalism is the competition. In capitalism, this is extreme competition between capitalists. There is a cutthroat competition under capitalism. Demand is artificially increased and supply is decreased. The more the consumer, the higher the market share. The more the sales, the higher the chances of making more profit. Next is the price mechanism. In capitalism, the price of the commodity is determined not by the cost of production, but by the law of demand and supply. It is the buyers and sellers who actually determine the price of a commodity. Number 6 is the wage institution. The objective of the capitalist is to pay as less wages as possible and to take as much work as possible out of them. And it is aimed at establishing minimum wages according to specific circumstances. Next is the money and credit. In capitalism, institution of credit has become important. The capitalists get money on loan and develop their businesses. The flow of credit in an economy controls the money supply. And number 8 is a laissez faire competition. It is controlled by the forces operating in market. There is no governmental control over the forces of production, distribution, and exchange. Therefore, consumers had the ability to decide the success of the business based upon whether they purchase the good or service. Number 9 is the responsible capitalism. It is essentially a free market economy, but with a degree of government regulation to avoid the excesses and inequality of capitalism. It recognizes that companies have a clear purpose: to serve society, their consumers, and their employees as well as their investors. And number 9 features is the turbo capitalism. This refers to an unregulated form of capitalism with financial deregulation, privatization, and lower tax on high earner. It involves the absence of regulation for banking and finance system. And next is the crony capitalism, a term used to refer to a situation where business success is related to strategic influences with civil servants, politicians, and those in authority. It is an economic system in which family members and friends of government officials and business leaders are given unfair advantages in forms of jobs, loans, and etc. And the last one is the state capitalism. It occurs when the state-owned industries play a role within the market economy. It is also a form of capitalism in which the central government controls most of the capital, industry, natural resources, and many more. And here are the following flaws of capitalism. Here are the health, social good, being the best, freedom, economic growth, and equality. Capitalism results in the best product for the best prices because consumers will pay more for what they want the most. They make their products as efficiently as possible to minimize profit. Most important for economic growth is capitalism's intrinsic reward innovation, including new products and more efficient product methods. And next is the cons of capitalism. It comprises the waste, starvation, danger, propaganda, and pollution. Capitalism does not promote equality of opportunity. Those without good nutrition, support, and education may never make it. Capitalism ignores external costs such as pollution and climate change. This makes goods cheaper and more accessible in the short run, but over the time, it depletes natural resources, lowers the quality of life in the affected areas, and increase cost of anyone. And my conclusion is, does capitalism good or bad? For me, capitalism is bad. Capitalism ignores people's needs, results in wealth inequality, and does not promote equal opportunity. Capitalism also encourages mass consumption, unsustainable, and provide an incentive for business owners to harm the environment for monetary gain. Capitalism is also ineffective and unstable.